Hi everyone, this is Bradley J here. I wanted to put something out there. I've just come back from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with my family, and yeah, I don't recommend this for anyone who suffers with anxiety, who has issues with uh, animal cruelty, and I don't think that it should be a 12A, at least in the UK. Let me explain. This is not my review. A quick review will be done very soon. That'll go over my general thoughts, but I wanted to go over something very specific. Now, I have a 9-year-old and 11-year-old who've seen practically everything Marvel. So, certain things they've seen, yeah, and there's been some sad moments, there've been some great moments, and there have been moments where the word shit is said, for example. Now, I don't swear very often on this channel, but I feel I need to illustrate a point. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, firstly, drops a nice big F bomb, which caught us all off guard, considering, again, 12A rating. I would consider that more a 15 thing, but that's not the reason I think it should be a 15 rather than a 12A. Um, the violence in Guardians 3 is a lot more graphic than you might be used to in other Marvel films. There is one particular scene where I think it's towards the end. If you know it, you'll have seen it, but it's pretty graphic at one point. And all through the film, there's a lot of sort of severing of heads and bodies and limbs and such, and it seemed a lot more violent than the most Marvel films, especially ones that have a similar 12A rating. So just be aware of that if you're taking younger kids. Like I said, mine are 9 or 11, and it was fairly gruesome. But it's not that that's really caught my eye. It's not the reason for this video. Those are just sort of preludes. The amount of animal violence in this film is off the charts. Now, my wife suffers with pretty bad anxiety and PTSD. And if not for the fact that our 9-year-old daughter was basically using her as a shield for some of the scenes, she would have walked out. And she's gone on record to say that she will not be watching this film again because of the violence to animals specifically. My children have already had nightmares. It's actually quite late here. They've had nightmares already about the violence with animals. Now, you might be saying, well, surely it's your responsibility as a parent to sort of vet this beforehand. But here's the thing, with a 12A rating, you kind of take the stance that this has been vetted already and that you kind of know what's going on. And going into it, I knew there was some sort of violence to animals, animal cruelty, mainly because it focuses on Rocket's backstory. That's in the trailer. I don't think that's a spoiler. And again, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free so I can get this message out. But in a plot sense, you can show how bad someone is with their actions and what they say, and you can go over the top with it. And I think that Guardian goes way over the top with it. Again, without citing specific instances, the amount of cruelty to different species of animals, not just one animal, but different species of animals, what is done to those animals. And I know they're not real animals, they're CGI, but it can when the graphics are so good and when it's right there, it's very hard to sometimes distinguish between reality and fiction, especially if you are someone who has that anxiety, and it is very graphic in what it does. So this is more a warning um, to those who are thinking about going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, especially if you have younger kids or people who are especially sensitive to animal cruelty and animal violence, just to be careful. Make your own decision. But I hope that this message, I don't want to start censoring stuff, but I really wish I had that forewarning, because I would not have taken my family to go see this. I'd have gone to see it myself first and then said, nah, wait till it comes out on home media and then look at it. And even then, be very careful. So yeah, like I said, I'll do a quick review later, but I wanted to get this out here and get this point elaborated on first and foremost, before I put that out there. Yeah, because the film is still fairly new, and there's those who still haven't seen it. So please be careful with it, especially if you have sensitive people who are sensitive to animal violence. Sorry, it's quite late at night here. Animal cruelty, animal violence in particular, and those who maybe suffer with anxiety, PTSD, and other mental illnesses. Well, thank you very much for listening.